All right, everybody. Welcome to Tiny Glade, or rather, the Tiny Glade demo. Full game is not out yet, and unfortunately, won't be out for a few more months. Not till third quarter of this year. So, but the devs were kind enough to give us this really awesome demo, which has just enough in it to give you plenty of ideas as to what the full game will have in it. Yeah, so let's check it out. So what is I guess the question some of you might be having if you haven't seen this yet is what is it? What's Tiny Glade? Let me read the Steam store. Whoops. I misclicked there. You guys can't see it. I have my Steam window open on my other monitor. Store page. Tiny Glade is a small, relaxing game about doodling castles. Explore gridless building chemistry and watch the game carefully assemble every brick, pebble, and plank. There's no management, no combat, and no wrong answers. Just kick back and turn forgotten meadows into lovable dioramas. Yeah, and I'm pretty hooked on it, I gotta say. It is one of the most chill games I've played. It's almost kind of strange to even call it a game because, like you said, there's no goals, there's no combat, nothing. It's just really relaxing. So let's I'll show you how it works. So this is the piece that I was working on today. Had some really interesting trouble. Oh, and I still had trouble. Huh? So yeah, the auto-generated bits here obviously have gone through that door. I don't think anybody's getting in there anytime soon. But if I raise it up, and well, now we have problems with stuff up here, and then we'd have to raise that, and I mean it's all workable, but actually what happened? Oh, there. Oh, now it's a door. All right. Anyway, obviously there's problems, and that's with how I designed it, not with the game. All right, let's get started on a new. You might hear my cat in the background. He's complaining. He's already had his dinner. He's had his treats. I shouldn't say that too loud. He knows that word. Oh, look, it's a sheep. You can pet the sheep. After you pet the sheep, they follow your cursor. All right. You can change time of day. I love the nighttime, although I think the moon is too bright. It's a little too blue. I'd kind of like to have some options to adjust that. But anyway, it's still really cool. All right, so I did have an idea while I was eating my dinner. I thought, oh, I like doing things with walls. So let me show you the walls. So you can just draw, however you want to draw them. You can pass them right through each other. Doesn't really matter. Once you draw them, you can adjust their height. You can also, if you right click, when you get the arrows up and down, you right click, you get scissors, and you can clip, and then you can have different sections. Oops. Which is kind of nice for creating walls that look like they've partly fallen apart, kind of dilapidated. Or you can do low fencing, like so. You could draw a path through a wall. It creates an archway. You can just kind of shape those how you will. Now that there is a little bit of a glitchiness at the places where I've created the breaks. So that's something that needs to be kind of taken into account, but it's still pretty workable. All right, so whoops, remove all this and these paths. One thing that's difficult to do, though, my whole point of doing that was to show that if I wanted to make a circle, the wall is, you know, a perfect circle or even close to a perfect circle. You know, if you ever try to draw a circle with a mouse, you know what I'm talking about. There's just not, yeah, it's difficult. And the game, at least the demo, doesn't come with any tools to draw like perfect circles or squares or whatever. I'm kind of hoping the full game does, but I found a workaround. And that is, so let's say I want, that's as big of a tower structure as I can get as far as diameter. Whoops. Which will, I was gonna say, will probably have to suffice. Yeah, I can't trick it into doing it. I can't, okay, well, that's as big as I can get. That'll be good. All right. Now you can do stuff with this, but if I come back here with the eraser tool, we just gently create a little break in the wall. It ceases to become a tower. Now it's actually walls. So it's been converted into the same, like as if I were drawing a wall. So now I can actually just lower and do what I want to with that. Now, the break is not terrible. In fact, from an aesthetic point of view, you could just kind of go with the theme of, you know, a broken wall. Maybe even break it up. Whoops. Come on. Enzo, enough. My cat. I kind of like that, actually. And undo that. Let's make a smaller break. Kind of like I did before here. Whoops. Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. What I was going to do then is do a medium path. I wish I had a tool to draw straight lines, but other than that, I have to do it. I think my original plan, what I was thinking of earlier, was to actually do a crisscross. You know, that actually works pretty good right there. What I did. So what I did was I held down my mouse button and then moved the forward key, which automatically moves in a straight line, and it created a straight path. You could theoretically do that with, maybe. Whoops. Walls. Oh, it doesn't work that way. Whoa, where'd it go? No, it doesn't. You can't drag while or you can't move the mount, or if I use the camera to move while I'm using the wall, it doesn't move. It's kind of a bummer, but oh well. I'm not complaining. Just erase that. Well, what I was going to do here. Erase these for now. You can also edit the archways. You know, of course, at the price of also kind of altering the wall. Can't make them wider, not by dragging on them. You can make them wider by putting down more path. Up to a certain point, it'll split like that. So my original idea was to have concentric walls. I wanted to have two concentric walls, a big one on the outside and a smaller one on the inside. And then, what do I want? Erase this. And for now, erase that. We'll do something with the paths here in a bit. Anyway, and then centering is also kind of an issue. But you know, again, the whole casual game thing, it doesn't matter. That's pretty close. You can always move them. These towers and other buildings you can move. I can't move walls. I can only go up and down with the walls. And of course, you know, delete and break, but I can't grab this wall and move it, unlike buildings, thankfully. So I can put this wherever. Oh, there's an idea. See, I wasn't thinking of that. Sometimes ideas come to me just when I'm kind of messing around and doing things unintentional, semi-intentional, and that creates a theme. My plan was to put it right in the middle, and then maybe drop a path, or at least part of the way around. I don't know. But I have to say, I think I like the idea of it being like this. Oh, the other thing you can do, I didn't show you, is topology, or topography, terrain. So I can raise and lower. You can raise up quite a bit. I haven't done much with altitude, with a lot of height. I have plans, or I have ideas swimming in the back of my mind of what I can do with that. You can take that and you can add more. So you can do like different layers. You can actually, and then lay terrain next to, you know, on top of it, or whatever. So now kind of, obviously this is a little bit messed up, but you can see where you can kind of take it from there. Do other things. In fact, a lot of times I don't intend, you know, like, oh, well, I'm just messing around. That's not what I really want to do. But then I'm like, well, or maybe it is. Let me mess with this a little bit. Okay, nah. The undo features were really cool. Very welcome. I love the undo. Okay. Now, seeing as how I'm doing this, I've kind of not got some, I could have put, well, what do I want to do here? Let's get out of eraser mode here. I don't know. Okay, here's an idea. Now, one thing I wish I could do, and I hope we can do in the full version, is copy. So I want another tower over here just like this, the same size and everything. But I have to just create it from scratch, you know. Go in here and pick the tool. Now, I think this current frame that I have is the same diameter as the one I just put down. So even, well, I guess that would be a copy, wouldn't it? Is it the same? It is the same. Okay, so maybe, or is it slightly lower? No, I'd say it's the same. It's so close, it's really hard to tell. Okay, so there's a thing. There's a theme. One thing I like to do is go into, okay, so this is miniature camera mode, where it makes, you know, kind of looks like a miniature diorama, which is the whole point. There's going to be a point. I like low angles when it comes to the sun. I like the shadows. The other camera mode is, well, there's a fly mode, which gives you a little more flexibility than the editor camera, because it allows you to look. Unfortunately, you cannot edit in any of these camera modes. It's just that it's a camera mode. But walking mode is like being in a first-person game. So you can walk around and explore, or I should more like survey your creation. Kind of get a feel for it. It's like, oh, well, you know, do I really like the layout? How does it look down here as a, you know, as a person walking around? And I like it. So, okay. Go back to edit mode. Sure what to do here. Let me try something. I don't know if this will be. Sometimes I, you know, try to think of like, I don't know if this will look cool or stupid or what. Let's try it anyway. Everything, I find that most everything is worth trying out. It looks a little awkward in relation to this curved wall. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't no. No, I'm not digging it. Even though it's worth a shot. But we can maybe try it over here. I'm kind of a stickler for symmetry. Well, I don't know, that's not true. I've made some pretty asymmetrical layouts before. Oops. Oh no. Trying to get it centered in both towers here. It doesn't look like it's going to work out. Heat a little bit and pull that side out. There's the... Oops. I know, being a perfectionist, you need to just knock it off. Okay. We can... No, not that. Whoops. Hello. Where's my... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I was like, where's my redo button? Now, can I get a door in here? Just... Yeah, it fits. We can take out some of that cramped. Just raise this up a little bit. Which means I also probably want to raise this up. Or you could go the opposite way. You know, have one significantly taller than the other. That is actually kind of cool. You can even do this and make this one 3 stories. How's that? How tall can you actually go? That's it. Okay. I mean, without using terrain to kind of make it up higher, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 3.5 stories. Let's do that. Oops. Losing my camera here. I don't know what you think about the bridge. Whoops. You know, I have noticed that the vines tend to be a little bit, I mean, I suppose that door hasn't been open for a long time. Now, you know, a vine could have grown across it. I'm not sure what I need to do to kind of get that vine to not be there. It's interesting. Oh, okay. You can swallow it up. I've noticed... Oh, there it goes. Did that do it? Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I've noticed sometimes you just kind of have to fiddle around with the geometry or the structures to kind of regenerate the random stuff. I love the vines, though. That's just such a cool addition. Okay, so let's see. I had something in mind. What was I gonna do? Let me go back into walking mode here. I think the support beams are a little excessive, but then again, I guess that is a lot of stone I'll be holding up, right? Oh, I remember what it was now. So I want a door here. Now, if you draw a path, where's my other? Okay. If we draw a path, and paths can also be used to control shrubbery. So if you draw a path up to a wall, you get a door. And I don't mind the arched doors, I guess. I mean, they have a lot of character to them. But I like these doors. And if you, whoops, you can actually double them up. So if I put another one close to it, I get a wider version. I think you can do double, yeah, you can do double doors. That's kind of cool. Now in this case, though, I think, whoopsie, what happened there? There's a way to unlink them. Let me just kill one of them here. There we go. Okay. But you cannot put a rectangular door on the ground where the dirt is. So I'm going to erase that. What you can do is slap a building in there. And then you flatten it. And I don't know if you can take it all the way down, actually below the ground a little bit. And then, so this serves as kind of a landing, and then you can take the path. When you put a path up next to that, it creates stairs. And from there, we can put a door in. So it's no longer against the dirt. And yeah, it adds in little aesthetic bits. Sorry about the camera control here. The ladder. Other things. You can actually click on the door. And it'll change. There's other options available. There's a shovel. Are the vines? Yeah, the vines are regrowing. Looks like I think it's random. I don't know what. Oops. Well, I was kind of hoping to get the ladder back. I like that better, but okay, my mistake. What else? Oops. I'm clipping through the structure here. They did add a new, they updated the demo to allow for, we have windows, right? And those are kind of, unlike the doors, I can double those up or even triple. And we can also click to get different aesthetics. Like I really like the shutters, so I go for shutters a lot. Shutters with some laundry hanging outside, flowers. Oh, I kind of like that. But they changed. They did do this thing where, and I don't know if you can do it in walk mode. Let's see if I can. Can I do? I'm in ghost mode here. Okay, so I'm up. Now I'm up here. Can I go through here? Oh no, I can't. I have to go ghost mode. And of course, they don't draw. There's no interiors, right? Ooh, I like the global illumination in here. But yeah, they made it so that you can see out the windows. Whoops. No, but once you go out of ghost mode, you fall. Whoop. Oh no, it's dark in here. That's interesting. Oh, you can see the ray tracing noise in here. All right, let's go out. At least I think it's a ray trace engine. I mean, they're using global illumination. I would assume there's some amount of ray tracing or path tracing to do the global illumination, which of course is the bounced light that you see. I see some noise. I still some noise. They said they cleaned up the noise, but I don't know. I'd have to say that it's still pretty noisy in the shadows. It's not that big a deal. I don't care. The rest of the game is so gorgeous that you can just kind of overlook little things like that. And I spend most of my time taking screenshots rather than video anyway. So. All right, let's go back into construction mode. Why is it sunlight? It seems so bright all of a sudden. All right, so we got our 3 towers with a bridge, and we got some walls. What else can we do? Well, we can do, what do we, I don't know. We have a lot of room on the outside here. Fair amount anyways. You could put, we could put, whoops, close that. Let's put a little, I don't know. A little building over here. I'll attach that to the wall. Actually, stick it through the wall just a little bit. You know what? Take that back. That right up. We'll put it close, but not right. Not quite touching. We could say this is kind of like a maybe a guardhouse, but I don't know. This fantasy world is a very serene one. It doesn't need double doors. Hang on. Yeah, that works. It's a gardener's shack. We'll say that. Speaking of gardens. Yeah, let's do, okay, so let's go do some walls here. Although we could, I like to keep my themes consistent, so I know some people that you know, they mix and match. Like they might have one wall with, you know, the or one building with one theme on it. You know, and I get it. That's cool, but I don't know. I prefer being kind of uniform. Maybe some people say that's not very creative, but all right. So we have this little area back here, and then we can do this a couple different ways. We can kind of do the, you know, the old, whoops, the old dilapidated look again. Some breaks in there. Actually, just go way down. Actually, make it look like it's broken. We'll put. I can't put a wooden door back here. We could, I guess, put a path here. Split off this main. I don't know. That's looking pretty good if you ask me. Sheep, what you doing in here? Ooh, it's like a little secret place. Of course, with the broken walls. No. Maybe we should fix that. Whoops. I kind of wish there was a tool of some kind to remove bricks random places in the wall. So if I wanted some missing, say like from the bottom or in the middle, although you can put windows in the walls. It's pretty cool. And I think they have, yeah, they're broken. So that's kind of a, it's kind of a middle ground, I guess. I did want to put one in the, actually we could do two. You can also put windows in the roof. Like so. You can also do a partial. And in the corner too, I think. You can do a corner. I don't know. I'm not partial to the corner ones. Can you double? I think you can double them up too. Oh, yeah, yeah. So it's... Oh, and then you can do a third one. Like that. I'm sure there are, yeah, places where it looks appropriate. This building's a little too small for that, but... we can put... Whoops. Oh, yeah, I was going to put one on the roof. Oh, yeah, matching flowers. Yeah, I haven't put any on the other towers yet. There. Triple, that looks appropriate there. Let's put one in this wall too. I don't do that very often. else can we put? Put a window. I don't want to overdo it. Sometimes I think I do too many windows, and I have to go back and kind of remove some. Cause I'm like, man, it's just kind of crazy. I really like them though. You know, it just it breathes character into the structures. I like that you can move them after the fact too. What else? I don't actually have a way into this tower. Well, I mean, I guess you can get... Not that it matters, you know, you don't have to be architecturally perfect. It is a chill game. It's all, you know, fantasy worlds kind of stuff. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can. So whenever you break walls like that, you know, where I put those breaks in earlier, you can actually, whenever you get this control cube or box, you can actually drag them and they'll refuse together. That's fine. I'm going to leave this broken though. I like that. That looks incomplete. Oh, door. Do I want a door over here? I don't think so. You can put an outer door on though. Yeah, let's do that. Now I did a raised, you know, this raised step area here as a rectangle, or you know, as a building. But we can do a tower one too. We can do a circular one. And I love how it's mostly non-destructive. That's a weird fusing of the shingles there. Although I think, oh no, my window's still there. Window is still there. Okay. Thought maybe it would remove it, but it does not. Look at the vines growing up. That's just, I love it. All right, so then we can put stairs here. Extend the path out. Just gonna curve it around the border here. The white line, of course, is the limit to where I can, if I try to build somewhere here, it says demo lock. And here's the, so the red circle is the demo area. The dotted square is where you'll be able to build in the full game. I mean, look at that. You know, take what I've got built here and then you go boop, 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 boop. You can just... I get kind of giddy when I think about the potential, you know, of creating like an entire village or a massive castle or a hilly region, you know, a little area of hills and bluffs or whatever, and put little, oh, I can't even, I can't wait. I am so excited for this. Okay. I like that. There, I don't want that bush there. Door. Need door. How quaint is that? Quaint is not a word I use terribly often. In fact, I don't really like the word quaint. I can't tell you why. It's just, I don't know. It's maybe kind of cheesy, but that's a great word to describe the game. Quaint, cozy, cute, adorable. Sure. Yeah, we can say adorable. Although I kind of reserve adorable for kittens and puppies, but still. I kind of feel bad that I showed you guys the walk mode when I did. I should have waited until I had it all built, right? And then presenting the walk mode is kind of like a coup de grace. Wait, is that a proper use of the word coup de grace? I should probably ask Google. Because that's more like a, isn't coup de grace like the final blow? That's more like a combat term. That's not, yeah. No, the walking mode, icing on the cake. We'll say that. So pardon my misuse of the term coup de grace. But yeah, from here it's like it's just screenshot city. I mean, I make, you can make so many cool wallpapers, and this is not even the cool mode because it doesn't really have a ton of depth of field. I prefer this mode. Now, this is kind of like for, you know, when you're ready to do like an overview of your creation and do some like particular spots, and you can do like, zoom in on details. Then you got some control over the focus range. So if you don't want it too out of focus, it is a bit touchy, but you can also change the amount of blur. You can't completely get rid of it in this camera mode, but it is supposed to simulate, you know, looking at a miniature through like a macro lens or something. So that's where you know, zoom in on the details. And then of course, you know, you see a really great shot and you're like, oh, I love it. And then, but then you do something dumb, like change the time of day. Oops, hang on. We'll get to nighttime here in a bit. But you change the time of day, and then your shadows are different, your lighting angles, you know, changed, and it kind of changes the mood. And you can change the angle. So if you don't want to like advance the time of day, but you do want a different angle on the sun. So then it's like, oh, well, that's even a better shot than the one I just took. And then you start playing more with that. Now, I don't know if there's any weather planned. You know, like it's going to be, if you can turn on rain or, you know, have cloudy days where it's kind of overcast and you don't get these bright lighting setups. But anyway, so from there, you know, I would just take a screenshot. And you can just do that like all freaking day long. Maybe not literally, but you know, it just seems like you don't even have to have an elaborate creation to find really great angles. See, that's a great shot right there. Almost doesn't need any tweaking. You can hide the UI too. You don't see that. All right. Anyway, what else was I saying? I was talking about the fly mode. Also does have pretty good depth of field effects, and you can do things like, whoops, I kind of wish that vine wasn't in the way, but yeah, stuff like that. I have a lot of heavy blur on the foreground stuff. Some of the effects are not as exaggerated though in this in the fly mode. I don't know if that's a bug or intentional. Sunset. Ooh, that's pretty good. I like screenshots that have a kind of a darker theme for my wallpapers. I don't like really bright wallpapers most of the time on my computer. So I'll pick something that's either nighttime or, whoops, wrong button. I meant to change the sun's angle, not the time of day. Okay, maybe a little bit. Ooh. Oh yeah. See, I love the way this that. Okay, hang on. One more step, I think. No, go back. I wish I had finer control over the time of day. You know what they say about beggars and choosers. like the sunbeams here. It's nice when you get a shot that has sunbeams in it. Yeah, I like that. It's not capturing any of this other stuff on in the screenshot. It does put a watermark down on the corner. It says Tiny Glade on it. It has the logo, but... All right. What else can we do? I haven't really put any gardens in yet. I'm going to do that. They only have this one garden type. I hope there's more later. It has a lot of these purple flowers. Now what I usually do, and you can't control the brush size. See the circle, the brush circle, you got the dotted outer and the solid inner, and I would assume that the full version will give you the option to change the size of that area of effect. But for now, you deal with what it is. But I usually try to clean up some of these. Go back and I'll add the garden stuff in, then I'll kind of delete some back. Keep it in check, so to speak. I just kind of want that in the corner. Very nice, very nice. This could kind of use something along the base here. I kind of like the way that is, but let's push it back just a little bit. We get our little aesthetic pieces back. Nice, nice. Now, I think it might even extend inside. Whoops, maybe it's hard to see. Get in there. Oh, goodness. That's not... Okay, we can't get inside there, but I can... My brush cursor is inside there. Yeah. No, that's fine. Let's leave it like that. That's good. See, I want to be able to put like just little clumps of vegetation here. Now in the full version, you also have, in fact, you can see the buttons right here, the demo lock, but that's trees, so you can add trees. And this one looks like bodies of water, like a little pond or marsh or something. So I think you'll be able to do ponds and streams. And of course, everybody's fingers are crossed. They're going to be able to do bridges, make bridges over. I mean, because I'm thinking cool things you can do with a path. Imagine putting a little creek through here or something, or along the outer wall, or the possibilities are just staggering, really, from a creative standpoint. So I can't really put just a small clump. I can, when I add something that's kind of nuts. But again, we just, we add some and then we go back and erase. Just kind of push it back. I'm glad I could selectively erase certain things. Like you can do a hammer, which is basically whatever you highlight will destroy. You can just delete gardens. I guess that's a garden button. Paths and walls. Now that will destroy, we saw it earlier, of course, walls and even like in structures. So actually what you can do here, and we can undo this, so it's not a big deal, but if you break a wall like that, now we see the inner pieces from other construction that I did, but what you can do is you can create scenes that are like ruins, right? So maybe you're not looking to make intact looking buildings. You want something that's a ruin. That's how you can do that. And once you do that, it becomes a wall. I think I demoed that. Did I demo that? I think I did. Anyway, it becomes a wall, and then you can do that trick where you split and then further dilapidate or make it look worn down, more ruiny, right? Undo, bring it all back. Oh, whoops. Too far. There we go. What else? Oh, lamps. Of course, lamps. What else do we got here? I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so here we got, looks like different types of window, like cathedral type windowing. Flags. I think so you can put flags on, like on top of spires. Oh, here's a cool trick. And I discovered this yesterday. If you grab a hold of a, you can obviously raise or lower the peak, but you can also make it more flared or domed. Right? And whatever in between. Kind of like the flared, to be honest with you. I call it the witch's hat. Oh, this is an oddball. It's, oh, right. It's not round. It's square. But you can do the same thing here. What else was I doing? Oh, lamps. Lamps. Oh, we were looking at what else is locked. I can't tell what that is behind the padlock. Honestly, it looks like a shadow of the padlock, almost. So, I don't know. And just because, you know, some of these things don't show any additional tools that are demoed. Oh, fences. You can do fences in the full version. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Yes. I mean, right now I kind of do stone fences. You know, if I want a fence, I would just draw that and then lower it down. Like that. I mean, you know, it looks like a fence. You can put some, you know, gardens along it or something. And again, I can just trim it up. Yeah, that totally works. Absolutely. Okay. Lamps. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. But anyway, what I was saying was just because some of these, like, you know, this one shows padlocked items, this one doesn't mean there won't be some other tools. Again, we've got several months. It's not due out until third quarter. What is third quarter? August, September, October? No. July, August, September. Yeah, so sometime between July, August, September is when we get closer to July, which, holy crap, that's only next month. I just realized we're halfway through June already. Okay, so maybe it's not as long a wait. I mean, it's still, I still kind of consider that towards the end of summer. And since they said Q3, I mean, it could be late September. That's still technically Q3, but I don't know. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is there's plenty of time for them to continue to add, look at the light. To add tools. And I'm sure more things will come even after release. Although I was thinking I don't want a ton of things. In other words, if you start getting too, you know, like for example, when you right click on this to edit that, right? Or like this. I mean, there's a reasonable amount of tools here. I can change this roof type, do that. Obviously, we can expand the height of it. And of course, you can change the walls and rotate, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to add tools to where I can do too much more than this, because I think it'll just kind of become overwhelming. You know, I think it'll stop being a chill, relaxing game, and it'll become too micromanaged, or, you know, too many tools just tend to kind of spoil it, I think. So I like the amount of tools. I could use maybe a little bit. Like I kind of like not only the height adjustment for archways, but also some width adjustment. Something like that. And I'd also prefer, instead of having to use, what in the world? Oh, okay, no, that's right. Never mind. I couldn't quite understand why that was showing me that, but look at that. See, just this little amount of adjustment changes, gives you a different aesthetic feel to it. Now, I kind of wish I had this sharply turning path here is kind of, feels a little awkward. That's kind of, I like that. That's cozy. Now, I do like the little bits that pop up on there when I get past a certain point. That's not bad. But anyway. But yeah, I don't want too many tools available. Oh, what I was saying was, you know, I had to use basically a tower squished down as a platform and then create stairs, you know, by putting a path up to it. That's fine. What I'd like to have is just being able to maybe add just a couple of quick stairs or something. You know, just click and yeah, so you can put a door on it. Sorry, lamps. Let's go into night mode here. It makes a little more sense when it comes to placing them. Now again, I kind of wish it was more nighttimey than what it is, but so you can place lamps on the walls. Whoops. Let's put one here. And oh no. Can't place them everywhere. There's some places where it's not allowed. Actually, this is probably a good place for yeah, let's put this here. Put it right here. Of course, you can move them around after you place them. Let's put a lamp post here. Doesn't really matter, I guess, which way it faces. Something like that. Above the door. I don't know, do you need them on both sides? Yeah, why not? I can overdo it. It's kind of like the windows. I can overdo it with lamps too. So notice I feel like these two are too close together. So I'm gonna put this one on the side. I like lamps where they look coziest, you know, where they create the most mood. Let's see. I don't know what else we could do here. This area is kind of bland. We could put some, let's put some garden in here. I'm hoping that they have other options for, because, you know, I like purple. I don't mind these flowers. I'm not sure what kind of flower those are supposed to mimic. But, yeah, you know, I'd like some reds and pinks and yellows. You know, it'd be nice to have maybe dandelions or daffodils or, No, that's not what. Tulips. Yeah, tulips would be nice. All right, let's go back into. Let's go to walk mode. Oh, there's another camera mode here. That's unlocked for the demo. It looks like a map, a little miniature map. I see a little dotted line through here, so maybe some kind of way up above map view, kind of like a Google Maps kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. There are some other kind of flowers, that kind of looks like I don't know, what does that look? That do, well, they're just part of the landscape, I guess. They're actually growing outside of the boundary. There's some roses. Those look like roses, white roses. But again, that's not part of the garden. What is that? There's some little flower there. But as far as the gardens that I can actually place, I don't know. This is looking pretty cozy. I was going to see if I could kind of widen this up a little bit, but I kind of like the way the path appears to, we see the archway, but it's kind of like, oh, does the path go back here? Oh yeah, it goes between the bushes. You just kind of got to force your way back in here to see what it is. I like the pitchfork. Oop. I wish, I also want, the other control I'd like to have is the ability to change the color of the lamps. I don't think you can. Whoops, wrong button. So if I go to the color palette, yeah, there's no effect on the, you can change the doors. Currently there's only 3 colors. Obviously we see more that are locked, but we can make it green, which I kind of like. Or the orange, well, brown or whatever. A couple different shades of brown. Oh. I got vines going across there all of a sudden. All right. So yeah, the lamps are nice, but they're not too, I'd like them a little more saturated, a little more of an orange. Not too orange, but just a little more of a candlelight color. Although I guess that's kind of candlelight. Sheep. Now he'll follow me around, watch. The butterflies are a nice touch too. And if I pet him again, then he'll follow me around for a few more seconds. All right. I like this little place that I've created. Ooh. So, whoops. What the heck? Huh. Okay. I don't know what the heck that was all about. What is it? Why is it doing that? I mean, it's an unfinished game. It's a demo, so it's going to have some bugs in it, but that's a really weird one. At first I was thinking, oh, look at the sunset colors, but anyway. Oh, and for the love of God, I wish this had, instead of having to click, 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 click. That's what you have to do. You have to, I can't, holding it down doesn't do anything. And the scroll wheel just, all that does is change my field of view, or my perspective. So I want some way to make this, that I can change this more quickly. And I've tried different combinations of keys, like control and shift and whatever, and nothing works. And of course, you kind of get to a point where you look at it and go, oh, I think it's done. I think I've tweaked it as much as I want to. And I tell you, all you got to do is make a very minor change somewhere, and suddenly you're like, oh, wait, I can do this. You have more ideas just pop into my head. At least That's me anyways. Now there's still space over here. You know, out here. I don't know. Enzo, be quiet. My cat. I don't know if you can hear him. No, I don't think you can hear him. I was watching my peak meter, the sound meter on OBS Studio when he meows to see if it doesn't do anything. Which means my microphone is set up correctly. But yeah, what else? I feel like I could maybe expand. Maybe instead of this wall being here, I would create something more. Like, or maybe remove this or make it a straight wall instead. Back here, let's do this. I'm gonna use a building to do this again. Oops. Well, we'll just plop it down and then we'll adjust afterwards. Now see, even that right there. There's nothing really wrong with that. And I could, of course, put some stairs and a door, maybe even 2 doors. I don't know. But there's plenty that can still be done. Plenty of cool ideas for just right there from that little operation. But I just want them to touch a little bit here. Then I'm going to break it. I break it in the corner. Ooh, nice. And then I'm going to add some paths in here. Here, let's do that trick I did earlier. Oops, it wasn't straight. There we go. That's pretty good, just as it is. Look at that big stray vine growing up there. Kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, but now here's where I'd probably check to see, make sure that these archways make sense as far as their height. Yay. Hey, you might have to duck a little bit to get under there. That one's perfect. I really wish you could edit in this mode. This video is going on for about an hour. I should probably wrap it up. Yeah, that one's a little different than the other, but it gives us some character. That one's kind of an oddball archway, but anyway, so from here, then I would add some garden stuff in the corners. Come on. Give me garden stuff. Garden stuff. And then we'll erase some of it. Little tricky. Sometimes I let it bleed through the wall on the other side, kind of that, because that can be interesting too. In fact, I may just go ahead and put some here. And again, we'll just erase back. Now, it's funny, you cannot build outside of the border, but you can use the eraser tool outside of it. I guess they don't care if you take away things. It's just about adding things that they don't want you to do. And I wound up reducing some of those corner pieces a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's okay. Okay, so there, with very little effort, we have created a totally different look and feel to this side of the diorama here. Do I like it as much as the curved one I had? I mean, you could probably hit the undo key all the way back to what it was and then come forward again. How about, let's see. I don't know how many undo steps are allowed. A lot. Yeah. Oh, did you see what happened there? I didn't even realize that. When I deleted that section, it was going through this tower and I deleted this whole wall. Whoops. I should have created a break there before I started building. I did not even see that. And I don't like that, because I do prefer this curved wall here than not. So, okay. So even though I showed how you can easily modify an area, for this one, I'd rather keep it like that. So from here, then I would, go back and do some really cool macro shots. I can tell you one thing. So far, I've yet to create a scene that I was not happy with. Everything I've created, and this is maybe my 6th or 7th, maybe 8th. I've kind of lost track. But yeah, I've been happy with all of them. And some I like more than others. Some of them I go, wow, I already know that's a really good, and it gives me ideas to do other stuff. But yeah, it's just so easy to create interesting scenes, dioramas, and it just makes me want to create more. It's highly addictive. It really, really is, especially when you start messing around with the camera mode to take screenshots. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Okay, as I said, this video is over an hour long. I don't really want to have to edit any of it. I don't think I need to edit any of it, although I might edit that part. So that has been the Tiny Glade demo. All right, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please put a like on it. If you disliked it, put a dislike, and subscribe if you feel up to it. That's totally up to you. And leave a comment or a question if you have anything. I'll see you guys in the next one. In the meantime, stay safe and be well. Bye.